Yeah, right.
All
All
right,
right.
everybody, please mute, please.
Can everybody hear me? Can
Yes.
everybody hear me? Okay. Now tell me what's the
Yeah, I can hear you.
name. Okay, what's the name of this Zoom again, Miss P? Come on. Tell me what's the name of it. Can
Miss
y'all
P,
hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I
The-
was on mute. It's the Architecture of Reality, the masterclass.
That's what I'm talking about. So the bottom line is everything starts from your mind, right? So try to have a pen and paper for whatever y'all can take. Now, since she's kind of recording it, she's going to send it to everybody once we're done. But it's pointless if you don't write notes because all you're going to do is listen to it and you're not going to really apply. You're just going to listen. So you need to, so that's the first thing right there. Write notes as much as you can. I'll slow down with stuff as much as I can. Write down as many notes as you can. And then when you get the video, then write down more. But there's nothing and no place more important than what you're doing right now because I'm sharing things that I've done uh, in my 20s, 30s, but didn't realize I was doing it until in my 30s. Then I started really focusing, and then I became able to master my subconscious mind. And that's one of the reasons why uh, how this works is the outside world sees me as, oh, you're working so hard and you don't take a break. That's just how you see it, but I don't see it that way because I don't feel that. And like I was telling kind of Miss P earlier, you feel burnout because your subconscious brain won't allow you to get past it because it feels like you can't handle it. I'm being honest. That's what it's about. When you feel burnout for anything, it's because you're not equipped to go past that. And that's why you feel that. So that's why my goal is to help you get past that so your mind will allow you to go past it and you won't feel that overwhelming stuff that people have felt whenever you feel like you're getting overloaded with information. There's a reason. I'm giving you facts. This is not me guessing. These are facts. Facts is your brain put in a safety button, if you will. For the people that go past it, then that safety button changes and you're able to take in more information and it's able to your and like I was telling her earlier, um, it's kind of like only a portion, but it's kind of like when you hear about manifestation and you hear about affirmations. All that's real, but it's a very small piece of it. But it's real, and you got to do that. That's what this does. It helps you with manifestation and affirmations and all that good stuff. But it's a very small piece of it. So the key is once you understand how to take master of your own mind and subconscious, because you can't do that easily. You can you're you're mastering your conscious mind right now, but that's easy. Everybody can do that because the conscious mind is always questioning. It's always asking questions. It's always complaining. It's always having a problem. It's always got a headache. It's always my head hurting. It's always my back hurting. It's always my knee hurting. That's what the conscious mind does. The subconscious mind doesn't do that because the conscious mind doesn't care about that. The conscious mind, like the universe, and when I say the universe, I'm gonna tell her that you know exactly what I mean. God, Christ, you know that's He's the one that make everything. Us, make the universe, make the sun. That's what I'm talking about. But obviously, in scientific terms, they say the universe. The universe is extremely neutral, as well as your subconscious is extremely neutral. It doesn't care about how you feel, how you like, if you're going to use stuff for harm or unharm, if you're going to be a mass murderer, if you're going to be a business. The subconscious mind does not care. It only reacts to what you're putting into it, period. So having said that, success starts in the depths of your mind. Okay. And then I will say anything to write down right now. I'm just talking kind of blindly right now, but it transforms you from someone who reacts. Now, this you may want to write this down. Your subconscious mind, it transforms you from someone who reacts to circumstances to the one who creates it. I'm going to say it again. It transforms you from someone who reacts to circumstances to the one who creates it. Because most people, most of us are reaction to everything in your life. You're reaction based. It's how most people are until you're able to understand what I'm saying. And the difference is when I was younger, I didn't understand it either because I didn't think about it. I was in my 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, maybe early 30s, until I started really understanding by, science in school, then audio books and reading. And so this is coming from 10 different sources really, right? But I didn't realize what I was doing because I started off as a relentless person toward getting done with stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. I just was doing it because I wanted to finish stuff and do stuff and get into business and do, I didn't quite realize what I was doing. So the people that do that, they're ahead of the curve. So the ones that don't do it, and I always have a reason why they didn't do it, they're behind the curve. But I didn't realize really what I was doing until I started understanding. Then on top of that, I started being able to master the subconscious mind on a daily basis. And so what I have read and understood is typically the outside world won't understand that type of movement because it looks foreign to regular people. It looks foreign, it looks different. It's because most people don't think of it the way that the subconscious mind works. So what am I talking about? You want to write this down. The invisible force of belief. The invisible force of belief. Meaning you have to become the architect of your destiny. Yeah, become the architect of your destiny. Keep in mind, is when I told you it's not just about, and kind of what I do is I breathe in a minute and take questions because you don't want to just suck it in and just, I don't have no questions, because you should. If you don't, I'm going to go around the room and see what each thing means. So if I don't hear a question from each and every one of you when I come to you, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you questions. So becoming architect of your destiny. Well, affirmations is good, but only a piece. I'll get into that later. Manifestation is real, but it doesn't come with just saying stuff over and over and over and over and over. That is a piece. That's a little piece of it, but that's not enough. And doing this without action is not enough. But taking action, which is what we call the external world, but if you take action and be relentless action-wise, that's not enough. It has to start in the inner world. Outer world means the external, meaning you moving, you doing. That's what that means. Inner world meaning getting your mind right, the prime part of it, the thing that matters, the subconscious, the thing that makes the things automatic, the part that you cannot control. No matter what you tell me right now, you cannot control it until you can control it. So you understand how to control it. Otherwise, you can't control it. Because right now, you're on automation, but it's by default. Most people, including you guys, react by default to what your subconscious tells you. You react by default. Okay, every thought you think, and you want to write this down, every thought you think is a vibration that transmits, impacts, and transforms. I'll say it again. Every thought you think is a vibration that transmits, it transforms, imparts, transforms. It's bigger than talking about it. You heard the word, you got to be about it. You got to be about it. That's the vibration, right? If you know you want something bad enough, I want it bad. Just think about it. Think about whatever you want it bad. Bad. Here comes the vibration now. because it has to be thought of not only with repetition, but with extreme emotion, intense emotion. I'm talking about crying. I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm talking about. Things you really care about. In Miss King's case, Elaine, sorry. In Elaine's case, she likes to talk about narcissist men because of things that she's been through, right? Or heard of. And the key is she's passionate about it. That means she has emotion toward it, which is good. You have to have emotion toward it, and you have to repeat it to your subconscious mind. Sometimes you wonder why I tell you stuff 2 or 3 times in a row, and you wonder, well, it's because of my habits, right? And I understand people's brain is not going to catch on unless either you're really, really loving what I'm saying, and you're going, I ain't got to say it twice, or you're not, or you're listening, but you're not, So I got to say it 2 or 3 times for you to really hear it. That's how the subconscious. It's not about you personally. It's not about if you don't have sense or something. It has nothing to do with you consciously. It has to do with you subconsciously. You cannot control it. No matter what you think, you can't until you can, until you understand how it works. I want you to understand how it works. Putting something in your mind, it takes repetition, no matter what it is. I don't care if I want to start working out 5 days a week, and you know that you don't, right? You know it ain't simple unless you're a person that does. Because somebody that works out all the time, it's already it's ingrained into their subconscious, right? It generates a mental image like software. Understand what I'm saying? Your brain is the biggest, most best computer ever devised, and God gave it to us. But you only use a piece of it. You have to understand how powerful it is. It's more powerful than you can imagine, that you don't even think about. Your brain is the reason why where you are now, whether you have made it to a point or you haven't, it's because of your mind, your subconscious mind, the failures that you've got. Now, don't get me wrong. By doing it your way, you're going to get wins and losses, wins and losses, wins and losses. Yeah, but it's not sustainable. To sustain it, that's what I'm talking about. Me personally, I sustain what I'm doing because of how I think. You have to change the whole mental makeup. Your inner landscape is what they call it, your brain. Your inner landscape has to be changed, rewired, so to speak. Your mind doesn't care about words. Hear me. Your subconscious does not care about words. That's why you're trying to manifest by talking. That's just okay. But the mind cares about images. You have to image, you have to look at in Miss Cassandra Pickett's case, you want to be a real estate investor, you have to vision it. Not just vision it on a level that you're not on. Think about it as I'm a billionaire. As a real estate investor, you can't just say it. It's not about saying it. Saying it, it don't even matter if you say it. You need to put it in your brain as a very vivid picture. Clear, vivid picture. I'm giving you real stuff right now. Clear, vivid picture. Your subconscious mind simply obeys instruction. That's all it does. The subconscious mind does not care one way or the other if you do it or not. If you use this to hurt people or help people, subconscious does not care. The universe does not care. God cares. The universe doesn't care. It's neutral. So mental image, what you got to do, regardless what you want to do. If you want to be Shaun White, the best hypnotherapist ever, and you want to be the best ever, and you want to make millions doing it, you have to visualize it. You have to put your face in it, and you have to think about what it looks like. What do it look like? And put it there, and put it in your brain daily. Because it's hard for me to tell you how long it takes to change this. You can't give it, because most people want self-gratification, and they want it fast. They do it for a few days, a few weeks, few months. It don't work like that. If you're looking for a time, well, I've been doing it for 2 months and it ain't nothing changed. It don't work like that. It's a lifestyle. And once your brain sees that you're taking it to the core, hear me, it has to be took to your core, to your inner world, the automatic part of you. Think about it. Think about things that you do automatically without you thinking about it. That's your core. That's how your subconscious thinks. The invisible force of belief. You have to believe it before it becomes true. Most people want proof before they can think about it. It doesn't work like that. Your subconscious mind doesn't work. You want proof. You want to do something, you want the proof of it. And then you want to keep doing it after you get proof. It doesn't work like that. I just told you what it's called. Invisible force of belief that works with the universe. Of course, God works with the universe. And what happens is those forces line up everything. Meaning, if your force, if you're thinking any doubt, doubt has to be your enemy. Doubt has to be the enemy of your life. Any doubt, any maybe, could be, I'm gonna do this for a little while. Any of those things works against you. I'm giving you facts. Not just out of my mouth, you Google it later. It's facts. Anything that's doubt, anything that's against the total extreme positive of your well-being will be considered negative. And your mind works, will keep you in a negative mind frame. Always complaining, always worried, always worrying about this, worried about that, what you ain't got, what you ain't doing, this and that. That's how it goes. And it stops you from greatness. Period. It stops you from greatness. Being positive is not enough. Write this down. Being positive is not enough. You have to control and get rid of doubt. So you can't just be positive. Being positive is still not enough. I'm positive, but it ain't enough. You have to control and get rid of doubt. You have to. You have to control and get rid of doubt. Because then that's when you get some wins, some losses, some wins, some losses, some wins, some losses. Then you never get to where you want to get. That's how it goes. So I'm not saying that you don't get some wins. Yeah, you get some, oh, I still got some wins. But damn, I got some doubts. I messed up. I got some wins. This happened. Yay. I didn't have to. But then I messed up. I didn't get, okay, this didn't work out for me. It goes back and forth until you give up or until it just don't work for you. That's how it goes. Everybody that has obtained, as a matter of fact, I got something else and then I'm going to start doing questioning. Check this out. Everything that you could possibly see. Think about it for a minute now. Everything you can see, just look at that right now. Just take a look at your phone. Look at your cover. Look at your chair. Look at any hair that you put on your head that's not your hair. Look at your lipstick. Look at McDonald's. Look at the drive-thru. Look at the car. Look at your comb. Every last thing that you can look at started in somebody's brain. And they brought it to life. Facts. Facts. Hear me though. Everything you can look at, everything you can think about, your house, your car, your food, everything you can think of started in somebody's brain. Your smartphone started in Steve Jobs' brain. That's where it started. Think about it. He didn't just make it up. Oh, let me do the phone. No, it started in his brain. His subconscious. He was able to feed the repetition. What can I do? What can I do? The phone. I want to put the computer there. He just kept going. And then what happens now is the subconscious say, oh, wait a minute. He's taking this seriously. He's making it, okay, let's put it into his core, and now let the universe make it become physical. That's what I'm trying to explain. It starts in your brain. And the universe, God, in the universe, makes it become physical. Physical doesn't come first. The brain, the thinking, the thoughts, the universe. Because if you're not putting it in your brain repetitiously with intense emotion, it still doesn't work. Remember what I'm saying now. repetition with intense emotion, then the universe is listening. And they put it into action. And here comes physical. Here comes the smartphone. Here comes why we have a drive-through. Here comes why we have cars. Here comes why you have a house. Here comes why you can sell a house. Here comes why you got lipstick. Here comes, you just keep naming it. Except grass, obviously, that's nature. But other than stuff like nature that God made, obviously, anything else you can even possibly dream of has come out of somebody's brain. Weapons, atomic weapon, Einstein, brain. Other people help with it. Started there. That's why now we have all kind of weapons. Everything you could possibly imagine. Someone's first. Then as they do all the things that I'm telling you, hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, you
So the
good.
bottom line is, okay, good. So the bottom line is everything has started in somebody's brain. And then their relentless movement toward that. And being aligned, you have to be aligned with your thinking, have to be aligned with your actions, because thinking and not moving is still not good enough. But it starts with the brain, because you won't move enough till it's in your brain. And think about it. I don't have to point at anyone. Just think about how you want to do something, but just haven't. And you don't know why, or you do know why, but you just haven't done it. Think about it. There's a reason. It ain't because, well, I'm just lazy. I guess I'm lazy. I just don't want. No, you hadn't put it enough in your brain for it to see it serious. The subconscious it's not about black and white with the subconscious. I mean, it is. It's not gray. It is black and white. Sorry. Subconscious don't analyze nothing. It just reacts to what you feed into it. So I'm trying to give it to you on a normal human level so you can get what I'm saying. The subconscious does not care about your feelings and even what you want or don't want. It cares about what you feed into it. And once you feed into it enough with emotion, it takes over. And now it ingrains it like a blueprint in your inner world, your inner mind. And now you start moving automatically because it takes over that. It takes over automatic. It takes over automatically. And now you start moving automatically. Just think about what you do automatically right now. Just think about it. Now you're thinking about it, you'll be like, well, I guess I do. Wait a minute, I didn't realize I do this and this every day. I do this, I do. That's where it comes from. The subconscious sees you as caring about stuff, and you keep on pushing it and pushing it until it becomes automatic. Breakthrough comes when your mind sustains positive thoughts without the contamination of doubt. You need to write that down. Breakthroughs come when your mind sustains positive thought without the contamination of doubt. Because all of that contaminates your dreams. And it ain't good enough to dream either. But it starts with a dream. You see, all of it matters, but it's not enough by itself. You got to get rid of doubt. Get rid of what you can't do. Keep talking about what I can't and all that stuff. You got to get rid of it. The decisions come from unwavering faith rather than reactive fear. Most people react. Their brain reacts to stuff. That's why I said you think by default subconsciously. You react to your world. You react to stuff that's happening. But the people that takes over the world don't have to react. They are unwavering. Faith, of course, it sounds like I'm talking about religion and God, and of course I am, but in the science world, faith means if you want to be, and I'm just throwing the stuff out here, if you want to be a billionaire real estate agent, you have to be unwavering in that faith and know that it's going to happen, it will happen, and I'm on the movement to make it happen. The brain has to see that you see it this way. You have to see it this way. If you have anything of a maybe, well, I don't know, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to think of it the way I just said it. The decisions come from unwavering faith rather than reactive fear. Let's start with Sean White. Got any questions, buddy? Because if you don't, you know I'm going to ask you something.
No, don't have any questions, but this is actually great because everything that you're basically saying, it reminds me of as far as the teachings from like Bob Proctor and Neville Goddard. And, as far as I can definitely go down a rabbit hole with this, but also too, it's validated because I remember when I was even in school for hypnotherapy, we talk about a lot about the subconscious mind and how the way you're feeding it and different habits, like to the core. So this is actually great stuff. So I don't have a question per se, but I will say this though. I will say this, and which is definitely very true. Whatever you place in your subconscious mind, right? And it doesn't matter as far as on what you want to do. Bottom line is this: if you don't have any kind of emotion attached to it, and more so like to its core, then you're not going to do anything. And that's just like it kind of reminds me as when I said I decided that I wanted to be a speaker. Well, I mean, that was great and everything, but if I didn't have a strong emotion and if I wasn't willing to do the research and learn from others, right, and invest in myself in terms of like techniques and tonality and stage presence and all that other stuff, then basically it's just another pipe dream, right? So this is definitely great stuff, though. So I don't have any questions at this particular point. So I got like a page and a half right now. So this is good stuff.
Okay, so I want to ask this question. So answer this question in a truthful manner. Give me the last time you reacted to a circumstance. Can you tell us what it is and how you reacted?
To a circumstance?
Any circumstance, meaning a
Be
supervisor could have cursed at you, or and it don't gotta be bad. Somebody could have brought you flowers and you was happy. Just anything that happens that you reacted to. Give me one example.
one example, I guess, and like more so of a recent one in which that I was speaking of as far as with the property manager, and we were just talking about some things in general, more so as far as with the business. And she definitely appreciated as far as all the work and the commitment and which that I've been doing so far up to this point. And so to be recognized for that, I mean, that felt pretty good though, to know like somebody's actually, appreciating your quality of work. And so that felt good. Definitely. Huh?
All right, so that's an example of reactionary, which that's good because we heard something good, made you feel good, and that's a good thing. So I'm using that as an example to what I'm trying to explain of how the mind normally works, whether it's good stuff, it's bad stuff, or it's neutral stuff, or I'm hungry, or when you get hungry, you have a reaction to let me go get a bite to eat. So you feel like, well, that is normal, right? But listen to what I'm trying to explain. There's an automation there in your subconscious that when you get hungry, you don't say, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. That's not what you say. When you get hungry, you feel hungry because whatever, your stomach hurting or you just got that hunger feeling or whatever. That's an automatic movement that's ingrained in the core of your subconscious. So I'm trying to get deeper so y'all can understand that part. So true wealth creation is an internal, not external process. Wealth creation is an internal, not external process. It's not about what you're doing externally, even though you do have to finish with external movement. But if you start with external and don't fix your brain, it don't work. You get little wins here, little losses, little wins, little losses until you quit or you fail. Okay. This is framed as powerful, ancient, and guarded wisdom, not generic self-help. Okay, it's powerful, it's ancient, it's guarded wisdom. I want y'all to understand this. Okay. Sometimes what does the conscious mind or subconscious mind think, a lot of times it's luck, economy, connections, opportunity are dismissed as the primary drivers. That's how I go. Is it luck? Is the economy bad? I ain't got enough connections. I ain't got enough opportunities. That person's lucky. That's how the primary drivers of how most subconscious brains work, because you don't work on it. You just let it react. And that's how the brain works. That's why when you see something on TV or you see a video or you can be impressed upon, because that's why most of the things I watch is always positive building in my brain. Typically, if I watch a movie, that's something different. That's entertainment. But other than entertainment or watching a game, I'm always learning something every single day. But see, that excites me. Some people that don't excite. Why? Because your mind isn't there. You're thinking about other things that's ingrained in your inner world that you can't help yourself, because it ain't fun unless you're doing those things. That's because of how your brain, how your conscious mind allowed that to do that. And that now it becomes habit. Remember, the subconscious mind don't care about if you want to waste your time watching the TV or not. It only takes instruction that you give it with repetition, with intense emotion. Okay? It's about conviction, unshakable inner knowing, not empty affirmations. You got to remember that. Miss Cassandra, do you have any questions? Are you here, Miss Cassandra? I know she said she was going to be doing something else. So this won't be a good meet, Miss Cassandra, if you're not listening.
We'd like the recording, if at all possible, because she might have to step away.
That's probably what it is. Miss Tori, do you have any questions? See, again, if we're not paying attention.
May I say something, Commissioner? May I say
Absolutely.
something?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One of the things I learned in school, right, and from the professors and teachers and attending numerous, self development courses, if you will, is that one of the things I learned is that a sign of a great teacher is a great student. And what I mean by that is that when the opportunity presents yourself, when it presents or the teacher's asking, do you have any questions? Even if you don't have any questions, you should be asking questions anyway, because that's going to help you be able to retain that information a whole lot more better. That's number one.
Right.
Secondly, just like what Commissioner mentioned in terms of the emotion part, if this is truly resonating and grasping you and internalizing you, right, and it's really making sense, then you should be having some questions, at least one or two questions, because this is universal principle. This is great information. So that's all I wanted to mention. Go ahead, Commissioner, take over.
Well, I was gonna say, so I'm gonna ask again, Miss Tori, are you here? That means that we're doing other things as we're trying to listen. Miss Cassandra didn't say anything, Miss Tori not saying anything, and that means they're not listening or paying attention. And so these are the things that can change your world, man, change your whole everything. These are the things that can make you rich. These are the things that can make your health better. Yeah, even your subconscious mind controls that. You understand now? Miss Tori just said something about a speaker. But if that's the case, then put it into the text. Put it into the Zoom text. Ask your questions. We can't not make any, if you can't talk, and go ahead and just text it. Text the question. But this cannot help you if we don't, you understand? It's not going to help you.
So I got a question for you. And I just thought about something too. Okay, so remember how you referenced earlier and you were saying like it has to have like a vivid picture, right? It has to be without a shadow of a doubt. This is something that you want to do no matter what. So my question is in terms of morning routine, because we all have 24 hours in a day. So in your opinion, how many hours should a person dedicate in terms of like really just like either through affirmations or through reading, through studying, how many hours do you recommend a person should really do that on a daily basis? How many hours? Is it 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, half a
Well,
day?
well, I would hate to say that because it's not just about affirmations or manifestations, really. It's not really about that. It's about whatever they're kind of thinking about that they deem is serious. Meaning, if they deem it serious, then they need to think about it in repetition, right? So let me hold on, let me see. If I was Miss P and she knows that she want to get it works to a certain point, right? So the first thing that I would do is just like I did kind of this morning, I'll envision certain things. Like I'll envision where I want my dent repair business, where I want to get to monthly. So I envision it. I sat there and quietly for 15 minutes visualizing me dealing with these many customers and hopefully making this amount per customer, per day, per week. What does that mean per month? And I visualized it, right? And I did that a long time ago. And then, so I got to that number, sometime past it, sometime under, but most of the time to the number. So in my mind, okay, I want to go up now. So that's what I'm talking about. So it's hard to say what time limit, but kind of before I get into that part of it, I want them to understand the basic and want you guys to understand the basic understanding of what I'm talking about. You have to visualize where you want to go clearly first and visualize it clearly. And then think about it every day. How long? Let's say 15, 20 minutes in the morning, 15, 20 minutes at night. Visualize it. And then it don't hurt to say it. Okay, I want to make this amount every day, every week, every month from this. Be specific, not vague. I want to make $10,000 a month, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But that's what I want to. That's not good enough because the subconscious is listening. It needs to be specific. Specific. So you need to say and think of, but the picture comes first, then the words, but then you got to do it. So I say 15, 20 minutes in the morning, 15, 20 minutes at night, whenever you want to do it. But it could be 10 minutes. I don't know, but you can't do it as like a task, like it feels like a task, right? It has to be something that's ingrained. Just think about what you do every day and how that's ingrained in you without thinking, without thought. So how about you, Sean? When you wake up, no, let's ask Miss P. Miss P, when you wake up, or even during the evening, what do you do every day without thought? What do you do without thought?
I was going to comment on that when you got around to me. And Sean kind of touched on the manifestation part that I was going to question as well. But for me to get up without thought, in the first thing in the and I sit up on the side of the bed without thought. I stand up.
No. I'm saying, what do you do that you don't have to think about doing that you automatically do every day? What do you automatically do? I know sometimes my husband's gonna go for a walk, or we're gonna go cook, or in the morning. What do you do? Like, what is your automatic mechanism that you do every day? What do you do without having to think about it? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, well, I thought that's what I was answering, but those are automatic responses that I just naturally do without thinking about it.
Those like what? Because I couldn't hear you.
I was talking about my daily routine. Let me see if I get this vibe.
Can you name a couple of them?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
You heard that?
No, I heard you say, hold on a second.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying what my natural routine is in the mornings. Once I wake up, I do a lot of things without even thinking about it because it comes natural. Even
There
down
you go. That's the
down
word I want you to hear. Comes natural. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. So listen really good. Everybody does stuff that's natural every day. So think about it. But the stuff that ain't natural is, I don't know, whatever ain't natural. What do you got to do to bring your business up to this number? Or how do you get enough customers to live off of this? Well, you got to make that natural. How do you do it? Putting it in your head and thinking about, I must do this. Put it in your head every day. Okay, I got to get up. I got to go do this. I got to go talk to 5 people to go do, and you got to put it in your head, 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 and visualize it. Visualize yourself going to talk to 5 people, however you're doing it, 5 people face to face, 3 people face to face, 3 people on social media, whatever. You got to visualize it, and before you know it, you start to do it and act, and before you know it, because it ain't going to happen easily. It has to pass the universe's test. It has to be ingrained in your inner self, your brain. It has to be there. The things you do automatic is already automatic. How do you automatically do other things that's going to make you make more money or do better or all those things? How do you do that?
Well, that's just like I was going to say with our team meeting that we just had last week. They were talking about, they were surprised at how I already have numbers, customers with numbers at the beginning of the month, where some of them it takes the 12th, the 15th of the month to get anybody to have their numbers showing up. And just like I woke up this morning to numbers, but that's because, and I automatically wake up, do what I got to do. Then I already know to see if there's any specials going on. I gotta, make phone calls. I gotta follow up with people I talked to yesterday. These things I know that I gotta do every day, but I don't think of that I have to do it. I just do it. And
Then
that's
that
why
means then it means that it's already ingrained in your inner self and you don't have to think about it. For the people that don't do that, you have to build up to that. So tell me this, what made you start doing that? Like, I'm talking about start over from the beginning. What made you start doing that?
train in the organization by using a visual task list. And on that task list, it was, I could just check off, I did this, I did that, I did, and through repetition of doing that on a daily basis, then it became a habit.
That's what I'm talking about. Because now what happens is the universe say, oh, she's okay, she seems to care about it, and you must really want to do it. That's where the emotion comes in. So now it's become ingrained. And now you probably feel funny if you don't do it, right?
And then don't understand why other people don't understand why they need to do it, right?
That's what but to start is not easy if it ain't already ingrained there. You have to just repetition it and you have to push it. And it's not about just external, it's in your mind first. Your mind have to accept it before the external part can happen. Okay, the transformation begins. Now listen, this is, you want to write this down. The transformation begins when you take accountability for the thought you leave in your mental landscape. I'm making it more science, but the transformation begins when you take accountability for the thought you leave in your mental landscape. Meaning if your mind is thinking about something else, it ain't gonna focus on something else. It has to be on a topic that you really care about. Now, if you don't care about business, then there's nothing you can do about it. If you care about business enough to where I want to get more customers for what I'm doing, then you have to think of it in a certain manner and repetition it in your brain over and over and over until you're acting, and you got to start acting, and before you know it, it'll become ingrained and you'll do it every day. You'll do it every single day, just like me going on social media posting. It's ingrained in me, right? Your mind cannot know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. Write that down. Your mind, your subconscious mind, does not understand the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. That's why you hear the words affirmations and you hear the word manifestation, because the subconscious mind is everything. Do you understand that the subconscious mind is the reason why you breathe? It's automatic. Why your eyes bat, it's automatic. Your heart, it's automatic. Your subconscious brain handles those tasks, which is most of the tasks of your body. While the conscious mind always complains, always worries, always thinking something, always analyzing, always judging. That's what the conscious mind does. If you allow that to run you, then that's what your subconscious mind turns into, even though it doesn't care about the judging. It doesn't care about the judging, but it feeds into it what you give it. So if what you give it is only care about complaining stuff, only care about judging, only care about, then that means you turn into that kind of person. That's how it works. I'm giving you facts. The mind, the subconscious mind cannot make a difference between real or vividly imagined. That's why when you vividly imagine the picture that I'm telling you, the subconscious mind thinks it's real anyway. And if you think about it before it comes real, and once I understood it, I went back in time and started thinking about, well, wait a minute, I remember thinking about real estate. I remember that. I remember 3, 4, 5 years before I started doing it, I was thinking about it. And I remember I was thinking about only the people that can do it, the ones that can do it. But I started imagining myself being rich doing it. And oh my God, I'm going to have this house, this house, that house. And I didn't have nothing. But I remember thinking about it and visualizing. And then when people come along, when the lady came along talking about $4,800, I'm like, damn, I ain't got it. But boy, I want to do this so bad. Do you see what I'm talking about? The hunger that's needed, the energy that's needed. And finally, I went and did it. And I have multiple properties now. It came from my brain. It didn't come from me just doing it. I was afraid at the time. But my brain, and then I saw it as serious. I saw the picture, a repetition of I want to do it. But then when the opportunity came, now remember the opportunity, I could have did like, well, I ain't got it. Well, I guess another time will come. That dumb shit that people say to totally put doubt. And remember what I said earlier, the doubt destroys you. It's over. You're not going to ever create anything great by letting doubt do it. So when any doubt popped in my head about, man, what if I pay all this money? I did think about it one time. What if I put up all this money and then I can't do it? I spent $400, almost $5,000. But I oh no, stop. I know what you're trying to do, devil. No, I said that back then. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because God brought this here, opportunity, and I did it. Right? Everything I've done started that way. See, I didn't bring me up because I'm not a millionaire yet. But the point is, I'm gonna be a billionaire. But I brought up people that has done all that stuff. It started in their mind, y'all. Started in their brain. Your mind doesn't question the source of the information. Write that down. Your mind does not question the source of the information. Meaning if you feed into it dumb stuff, it doesn't question if it's dumb stuff. It just takes it and makes action of it. Then it makes you a person that reacts to dumb stuff. If you want to care about doing great stuff, it doesn't ask, well, where do you get this from? Subconscious mind don't care. The universe moves with mathematical efficiency. Hear me what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying, it happened to you on some level. And if you want more of it, you have to be able to control it. That part is not easy. That's why I'm trying to help y'all. Your subconscious only follows orders. Period. That's all it does. The conscious mind does a lot. It judges. It does dumb things, smart things. The conscious mind curses you out, screams at you, mad at you, makes me talk loud at people, makes me say things I shouldn't say. The conscious mind does that. Not my subconscious mind. My subconscious mind is a well-oiled machine. But for you to get it that way, you have to control certain things. Work your mental muscle with precision and consistency. Write that down. Work your mental muscle with precision and consistency. What does that mean? You know what it means. Be consistent with everything I be telling y'all. Consistent, be precise every day. Not sometimes. Your subconscious mind will not take over then. You do it sometimes, then stop doing it. Don't even worry about it. Just say you're not going to be able to do it. But you can never say you're not the kind of person that can do. Stop. Don't ever say that. I'm not the kind of person that can do. I've never been the kind of person that can do. well, maybe I just don't have enough mind power to. No, that's not true. But I do know one thing: if you feel like your mind is not good enough, your mind will not allow you to get past a point. Remember, your subconscious does have a fail safe. If it thinks you're getting to a point where it's overwhelming you, it'll shut you down. That's when you act a certain way, and that's your the mind has shut you down because it knows you can't handle what's past this point. You can get past it. You got to work at it. Precision and consistency every day toward whatever your dreams are. Miss King, do you? Miss Elaine.
Hold on, Commissioner. Okay. I didn't get to finish. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I really liked when you said that doubt has to be my enemy. That was very powerful right there. I even put stars by that. And so many people, including myself, I have doubt about certain things.
Oh yeah, doubt is your enemy.
Yeah, but
doubt
I
is your enemy.
Comment or say too that would it be a true statement to say that manifestation comes once the brain is trained that something is reality?
Yes, there you go. Because listen, your manifestation will never fail if you do what I told you with your brain first. Why? Because think about it for a minute, y'all. Think about it when you've been negative about shit, and then everything lines up to be negative, and shit keeps happening to you to stop you. Think about it, right? Now think about the vice versa part. Think about when you put everything positive into something, everything into it, and you're positive and you're excited, and it just happens. The universe, God, Christ, everything puts everything in your path. Sean White, you remember you said how he put me in your path 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Kind of remember that? That's one way. But think about everything, guys, that have just lined up perfectly for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Torah, everything that has lined up perfectly for you comes from that. It comes from it just lines up perfectly as your mind. The new universe is waiting for that. It's waiting for you to be consistent toward thought images. Just remember, the words is nothing. You can write words and read it every day. The mind doesn't care. That part is pointless. It's the image, the vivid image that you can put in your head. If you wanted to say, I want to be the best car salesman and make $1 million doing it, you have to visualize yourself doing it. A mental picture or mental video, if you will, of you being that person. And you got to think of it every single day. And then what happens is the brain starts saying, oh, and it's emotion with, oh, that's okay. Now the universe lines up, it's aligned with what you're thinking, and now it starts producing things, resources, opportunity to be that. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not giving you wishing. This is for real, man.
And I wanted to say too that Cassandra is posting in the chat, and Tori is available.
Good. Can you read, because I'm sitting in a car? Can you read what the questions are from both?
He just said something about this. Just made a statement about the subconscious mind is what what she's getting out of this. But Tori is ready to talk as well whenever you get ready for her.
Okay. Well, first, before we do that, let's go to Miss Elaine. See, I didn't even say King. Miss Elaine, what questions do you have? Let's give her time to unmute. Miss Elaine, are you here?
I'm sorry.
Remember? Okay.
I was trying to get it to unmute, hit the part of it. But yes, I'm here.
You got any questions? Before I just ask you a question, you have any questions?
I listen to you, and it's very powerful. The questions, you answered most of them, but I enjoyed it, and I am in agreement with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, basically want to touch on that part of habit forming, because I know that you can do anything through habit forming, but like you say, it has to be in the mind first. You have to get it in the mind. If it's not in the mind, then it can't operate. It can't, it could never manifest itself because it's not there. But we have to, like you said, we have to continue to just, like we get up and do it unconsciously. Oh, this is what I do. This is what I do. Like, for example, I started a garden this year, and it's so amazing how you talk about time, because the garden I had started juicing because God had said, you need to juice. And so I juiced one day, and then I started feeling better. And I said, this is amazing. I'm going to do this again. So I found myself juicing in May, and I found myself pulling stuff from the garden and using it. And so today what I do, it's like I got to have it. You must have it. Whatever you're seeking for, there's a hunger, there's a thirst, there is, this is what I want. This is it. This is great. This is gonna sustain me. That's why do you juice? Because it sustains me. It helps me. It has now become a part of me. It has now taken over and beginning to consume me to a certain extent, because we always have to have balance there. So we can't let nothing totally consume us. But, this is what that showed me. I just used the juicing as a symbolization to the things that we want, because success can only come to the person who is willing to sacrifice towards their dream and towards their goal. And I wrote that poem when I was 18 years old in Job Corps. And then I spoke it at my penning nursing ceremony. That poem again, so I'm gonna put it out there again. But I do understand what you're talking about. We gotta be positive. We gotta want it. We gotta hunger. Like the Bible says, hunger and thirst after righteousness. How bad do you want it? What are you willing to pay?
Thank you. Because just kind of think about the last time you worked incredibly hard but didn't get the results you wanted. Think about how did that feel. But you touched on something I want everybody to hear. You see how bad you wanted it. It's almost like, what's his name? Eric Young. I think I'm saying his name right. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. See, people don't break it down and tell you how I'm telling you. They just give you their analogy. But you have to want whatever you're trying to get as bad as you want to breathe. Think about it. Hold your breath for 20 seconds and see, can you just go ahead and hold it till you die? Or do you want to go ahead and breathe? You want to breathe, don't you? Yeah. That's how bad you got to want whatever you're trying to get to. So just what you just said, you wanted that juicing and whatever so bad, it became a part, and you made it happen. That's what we're talking about, y'all. And that's hard to get to. But you do it subconsciously by default. See, you didn't consciously do that. You just did it because you wanted it. You want it bad. But what I'm trying to get to you, once y'all start using it more and more, is to be able to use it on your terms. You get it? Like, I use it every day as a tool. I use it every day. Most people use it in a reactionary way. You found it, oh yeah, I want this bad, and you want it bad. But certain things that you might want, but maybe not bad enough, your subconscious hadn't took a hold on it. So now you're failing and doing it and failing and doing it, and you're doing it, you're failing, you're doing good, you're not doing good. That's what happens when you're not able to take accountability of your subconscious mind. You have to think about what you did to juice and put that same power into anything else that you care about, but not fake. Because if it's fake, it ain't gonna. You really care about whatever you care about, you have to do it. Tori, Miss Tori, let's hear it.
Yes, sir. Sorry about earlier. I'm like, Elaine, I couldn't figure out how to get my speaker to get back on the phone, so my apologies.
All good, all good. You have any questions?
Yeah, I just want to touch bases on you saying that about the visual. I'm kind of like a audio plus visual type of person,
Right.
and I think like for me, I like to kind of like hear it. I think that kind of excites me sometimes, and then it makes me think about the visual process of it. But my
Right.
visual is still kind of like journaling too, because I think a lot of time when I journal, it all kind of bring it together. Because my great grandma, she used to always tell me when I was younger, write down how you feel, no matter if it's good or bad. And then you just rip it up and you throw it away, and it's like throwing away your problems kind of scenario. And that always
Right.
kind of just stuck with me growing up. So um, I just want to emphasize a little bit more about the writing, because you said the writing part really wasn't important. It's more of the visual part of it.
As far as writing affirmations or manifestations, if you write it, it's okay, but it's more important to. So yeah, I say still write it so you won't kind of forget about it, I guess. So still write it, I guess, but you
Yeah.
gotta visualize it. You have to see yourself doing whatever you think. So in your case, if you think getting 20 people on TV and radio is going to pay you X amount of dollars or whatever else, then you want to visualize yourself doing it.
Hmm.
Visualize successfully. You're talking to 20 people and they're saying, okay. And they said, all right. And then you visualizing them paying, and then I'm sending you money. You got to visualize it and see it as real.
Yeah.
Because if you see it as real, the subconscious don't know that you're just putting it up there. It doesn't know that. It thinks it's real. So what happens then is it makes you start moving away to do those things. It starts bringing people to you out of the blue. It starts happening. You just don't realize how important that brain is. But most people are reactionary and they use it by default. You use it when you really care about something, but you don't use it for your daily thing because you don't know how to use it yet. But
Right.
that's a little portion of what Miss Elaine just said. But y'all got to channel it. So think about whatever you love, and you do it automatically. How do you channel it into other things? Because there's things that really that I've done I don't love, but I've done it anyway because I wanted to, because I know it makes money. Real estate is something I didn't love. I like it, but I didn't love it. I love TV and radio. I love talking, but real estate I didn't love it. But real estate makes a good amount of money, so you don't have to love it either to do it. But the
Yeah.
difference is because I'm on a level of relentless movement, and I've done it for years now. I can do it easily. So every day, if I'm visualizing something, if I'm visualizing it, it makes you do it. It just makes you do it. It makes you, you understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes with the dent repair, I can do a lot, then I can not. I can do a lot, then I make a nice amount of money that week, then make it not go back and forth because of maybe I'm doing other things. But then if I put my mind and say, okay, and I start visualizing and I focus on it, and I don't love dent repair, I like it because that's where
Yeah.
things started. I don't love it, but I like it. And so whenever I do focus on it, and I say, let me do this now, and I visualize it now, I really spend 2, 3 straight months doing it a certain way, and then I make real good money. You see how simple that is? It sounds simple. It is simple, but you don't
Hmm.
make it simple because you don't think about your brain first. You think about the actions first. The actions comes last, but most of the time you think the actions comes first. The actions does not come first. The actions comes absolutely last. The actions is needed now. It can't just stay in your brain because you don't do no actions. It was pointless. But if you do actions first, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna win and lose and win and lose. You're gonna accomplish something, then not. You got to do the brain first. The brain has to be first, and it starts with what she was talking about. It starts with the emotion of whatever you want to do to change your life. And so, hold on, let me go through a couple more, and then we'll call it a day for this. But and then what we'll do then is the next Zoom that we have, whether it's tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, we'll touch on these points to see who has put it to work. Because for the ones that have done certain things, you got to do more. It's not enough. For the ones that haven't done anything, it's time to do it. because I can guarantee that I'm hearing reactionary movement. I'm not hearing something you strategically done yourself. I don't hear it yet. I'm being honest. I do not hear it. I don't hear it from nobody, being honest. I'm hearing reactionary. We got to change it to become whatever you want to become. That's where it comes from. You know, people say you can do whatever you want. It's true, y'all, but you really don't think it's true because, well, I want to be an astronaut. You think it ain't obtainable, but it is. You just have to think about it a certain way, visualize it a certain way, repeat it over and over and over in your mind a certain way with the picture, and before you know it, and be emotional, because I do want to be an astronaut, right? I want to do it. And before you know it, the universe, God, everything aligns. And before you know it, you start seeing some come on your phone about astronaut school. You see what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. And now before you know it, you become an astronaut because you start trying to do it. That's how it go, y'all. You're activating dormant capabilities within your consciousness. This is the last thing I want y'all to write. You're activating dormant capabilities within your consciousness. Keep that in mind. Most of the time in y'all brain, things stays dormant. That's facts. I'm not guessing. Because you don't use 10% of your brain at once normally. You use a certain percentage. For the people that use a little more, like 14%, that's Einstein. Dolphins use 20% at once. They're some of the smartest animals on the planet. We use 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 10, 9, 7, back and forth, kind of, which is all right. You can't use it all at once. Well, you can, but you can't. You can, but you can't. Meaning, if you could do telepathy, make shit fly on you can fly some shit if you could control all 100%, but no one can do that. You can control 10, 8, 12, 14. Smartest people on the planet are around 15, 16% now, right? So I'm just giving you real stuff. You're activating dormant capabilities. The things that we're talking about doing, you're activating dormant capabilities within your consciousness. In your consciousness, there's a lot of things that's dormant. You think it ain't, but it is. Now your mind continuously acts regardless if you're awake or you sleep. Your mind continuously works. That is for a fact. But there's a lot of dormant capabilities inside of you, in your consciousness, that you can activate with what I'm talking about. Don't want them dormant. So the first thing, now like what Sean A was saying, earlier, the first thing that you want to do is work on certain things. The manifestation, I'm not going to say not do it. Do it with vision. So write it down, it's fine. Write down what you want. Write down what you need with vision. If you don't have a vision with it, then you throw it in the trash. So if you want whatever, I want a flower business. Write it down. I want a flower business. I want a flower business. I want a flower business. Write it 10 times, but then visualize it. Then put under there big writing with vision. And you got to think about it with a vision. Visualize yourself with a flower business. Roses all around you. The store is big, like Walmart. Oh my God, I'm selling $1 million a month. See, that's what I'm talking about. You got to visualize it. And before you know it, if you really want that, the things start coming to you. The universe starts pushing it your way, and resources and people and things and opportunity that just pop out of the blue. And you wonder, what the hell? Thank you, God. All that comes into fruition. It started with your mind. Otherwise, when things happen, it's just reactionary. You reacted to something that popped in your head because. And I'm not saying, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's things popped in my head because I heard. But when I heard it, I might have turned it into something. That's what you want to do. So no more questions, y'all. I want y'all to take this, and I have really so much more to go. So much more I'm going to share with y'all. This is just really, yeah.
You said activate dormant capability, and you don't have to elaborate, just answer the question. Activate
Okay.
dormant capabilities, is that within my subconscious or my conscious, man?
Well, it's both. So it's like your conscious mind. You have to think about. Let me see. I want to say this clearly. You have to think about something that you want to do, right? And then start visualizing, like I said, but then start thinking about capabilities around it with visions, because your brain needs to see it. And once your subconscious grasps that vision enough with intents, then those capabilities will start getting, what's the word I'm trying to say? You get more neural pathways back. Your brain creates more neural pathways that wasn't there, or it strengthens already existing neural pathways. So how to activate those dormant? By doing what we talked about and visualizing with your manifestations, but visualize it, but you got to feel like it's real. If it's made up, it ain't gonna work. You have to feel it as already happening. Yes, it's already there. It's already who you are. It's already this person. You're already the rich person. You're already. That's how it got to be thought of. And you got to feel it. You got to live it. You got to live it. For real. For the longest, when I wore suits when I was in my late 20s and early 30s, I already felt like I was a serial entrepreneur, even though I guess I did have 3 or 4 businesses, but still, I felt like I had 40. For real, I remember saying that, y'all. Yeah, I got 40 businesses, y'all, but I only had 3 or 4. But now I got 40, y'all. Somebody saying something?
No, I just got my hand up when you're done.
And I got a
done. Go
question
ahead.
for you too.
Huh?
But let's
Go ahead.
go. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Lane.
Okay. I just wanted real quick. I don't know, but you don't. I mean, you can do it how you want to do it. But I was gonna ask you, Commissioner, to touch on real quick, because I've been dealing with a little procrastination, and one of the things I've been procrastinating about is going live. I see other people do it and stuff, but it's just something. I don't know if I like the way I look at on the camera or what. I think it, because in the beginning, I think it was the camera. I didn't want to be in front of the camera in the early stages. But I did come on camera, and now it's like the next step is live, and I've been procrastinating for months. So I don't know if you can help me.
I got a quick fix. I got a quick fix for it. So it's 2 things.
Okay.
The first thing is either you can hit it head on and just do it. That's the first thing.
Yep.
Head on
Yep.
and just do it. But you can ease your way into it. Guess how? Look at what you're doing on this right now. You got your just kind of like mine. I'm a little sweaty because I've been doing dent work. So you see my picture, just like everybody else's picture. You see their pictures up. So guess what? Do it in StreamYard so that way your picture can just be. There's a way to do it live as well, but if you're not technically savvy, then just do it like this. And if you gotta ease yourself into it, so you can just get started. Just do it. Don't have a reason why you ain't doing it. Do it with that. Do it with the picture. That way you ain't got to worry about you being live. Now, if you don't want to deal with a picture because you might not know how to do it, there's another way. Turn the picture towards something. Turn it toward a flower. Turn it toward the sun. Turn it toward your wall, the mirror. It don't even matter. Talk. Ain't nobody got to see you. Meaning, ease yourself into it. I recommend head on and just do it because you got to get over this, right? Like I did it's no way that you're as worse as my daughter and son used to be. They had anxiety, and even in the choir, she had to face backwards. She couldn't look at the crowd. She had a hard time. And I said, listen, I was candid with her. I said, listen, if you don't fix this, you can forget being on stage. You can forget being a superstar. You ain't gonna even be able to perform. And she listened. And she's still shy, but she can talk to you now. And she can sing in front of thousands. My son can too. He didn't want to say, I don't want to do it today. That's how he would talk. But sometimes it's who your parents are. Because it's me, I didn't allow that. I knew that they was terrified. My daughter used to go, okay, come talk to my teacher. I need to get my homework. You can't talk. No, I can't. come talk to my teacher. I'd go up there, I'd act like I was, and you, no, she started crying, no, but please don't come talk to my teacher. No, baby, come on. I'd make her talk to her teacher. And she said afterwards, it wasn't so bad. I know I told you, baby, it wasn't. And before you know it, she can talk to you right now easily. She can sing in front of thousands, just like my son. Having said it, I know you're not that bad, but the reason why you're that way now is because of when you were younger, circumstances. I don't know exactly what it was. Circumstances didn't allow you to get past that feeling of whatever you're feeling now. It don't matter though. Past is the past. Right now, if you got to do something, then I say point it at something and just talk and still be on the live without your face there.
Right.
But I want you to get over this because you have to get over this and go ahead and just do it. Even if you feel like puking, puke anyway. Just go do it and puke. Go do it and puke and then come back and do it again.
Right. Commissioner? Commissioner, Cassandra did make a comment. She said, please repeat the what you said about the mental muscle.
Oh, okay.
She said that
I'm reading some of my notes. It said, work your mental muscle with precision and consistency. That means be consistent, be precision-led, period. Every day, though. Every day. You can't have a reason why, because the reason why you don't do it every day is because you don't think it's important, meaning the subconscious thinks it. Your conscious mind, it's important to me, but the subconscious don't see it that way because you don't treat it that way. So yeah, work that mental muscle. Sean A., I know you got a question. Wait, first, Miss Elaine, did that answer your question? And if so, which one are you gonna do?
Yes, Commissioner, that did answer my question. And because I decided to just do it.
Well, do it, because once you do it and puke or do it and feel okay, do it not
it's
feel
not
ugly,
the nervousness. It's something else. You know, like you said, it's in the subconscious mind. I've developed something a while back or something. It's not the nervousness. I'm not nervous about doing it.
It's just subconscious.
Yeah. So it's so true. What you're talking about is so true.
Yeah, it's self-conscious and it's okay, because keeping your mind how beautiful you are. Because that's what you're worried about. You're worried about how you look. You got to put on makeup. You got to make your hair right. You got, now women do that a lot. Let me make up. Let me do. I understand. Guys do it too. They just don't talk that way. But me, I'm different. I mean, I just didn't feel like my head moving around. I'm looking in this car, people walking by. I just don't want to see all these people walking by. I don't care about how I look, even though I know I look good, y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. Sean A., I know you got a question.
Make a statement. Are you on, Sean?
Yeah, I'm definitely here. Yeah, and also put something in the chat as well. So I'm gonna leave it right there on that. But I want to reference back to Commish, because me and you talk a lot about the mind and with neural pathways. So my question is, because I have heard a lot of different variations, and so in your opinion, how long does it take, I guess, really to develop that habit of whatever a person wants to do, and they're like pretty.
If you do one thing, y'all, this is the only thing you got to do to cut through the fluff, because that's what it's called, fluff. And any reason that you give me is not valid. Kind of remember that. Any reason you give yourself, well, I don't feel good. Well, I just didn't have time. Well, it's because don't give no reasons. No reasons. You can't give yourself that, is what I'm saying. Don't give yourself a reason. So how long does it take? If one does this every day consciously, it could take weeks. It could take months. I don't see it years. Just do it every day. It could take weeks. It could take months, but shouldn't take more than months. How many months? That's hard to say. Some people 1 or 2, some people 3 or 4, some people 7 or 8. It depends on how bad their conscious mind is fighting against it. See, right now you're listening to me, your conscious mind, you think you know better. So that's the part you got to fight against. The conscious telling your subconscious, I don't need this. And that's what you got to get away. It's not necessarily saying it, but you know what I mean. The thoughts that you're having when you think, I don't need this, or I know how this works. I know what to do. I know how to do positive affirmation. That's not really what I'm talking about. I never talked about personal affirmation the way that I'm talking about it now. It's not good enough to just have a affirmation or a manifestation of words with images. Yes. Without images, it's pointless. So how long does it take? Weeks for some, months for others. So it depends on your regularity in doing this every day. So for the people that say I've done it every day, be accountable to yourself. Now I'd like to help out and ask you, did you do it today? But if you say, well, not yet, well, I'm not gonna say nothing but okay. But that means that you don't take yourself seriously. You don't take the dreams you have. See, it does start as a dream, but dreams are not enough. But dreams come from somewhere. Somebody dreamed about the smartphone, man. They thought about it, dreamed about it then, but the difference is they became relentless towards stuff and it turned into the universe and God made it happen and it became physical. It will always become physical, y'all. That's the part I want y'all to remember. It will always happen if you do it the right way. So Sean White, weeks for some, months for others. It depends on you. If you skip, months. Skip more, it'll never happen. If you do it every day, weeks or months. Could be 3, 2, 1. Weeks wise, 3, 4 weeks, maybe. 3, 4 months, maybe. 7, 8 months, maybe. It all depends on you, but you have to do this every day consciously and try to keep the negative stuff out of your mind. It's first of all, negative stuff will come in your mind. Bad things will happen. I'm not telling you to not handle bad stuff. I got a flat, that's bad. Well, yeah, just fix it, right? That's negative. I thought about cutting this person out, but that stuff happens. Nobody's telling you that you're gonna be perfect. I'm saying to push it away when you can notice it. When you notice doubt, push it away. Just push it out because doubt is your enemy. It will derail you. It will stop you. It'll keep you mediocre. It will, just think about it, y'all. I mean, really, you already got the proof. Think about wherever you've been from the start to up to this point. Think about what has worked, what has hadn't worked. You got the answers already. If you know it ain't where it's supposed to be, then you know I'm telling you the truth. But me telling you the truth is not enough. No, I didn't have a person to tell me this. I didn't know I was doing this. It's just the way I am. It worked in my favor. But you don't have to be like me now. You can make it happen because of what I'm telling you. You can make it happen. For the people that are like me, they're ahead of the curve. The ones that ain't like me are not. It don't matter. Now you know the secret ingredient. You don't know, really, to be honest, guys, I got 100 things to tell you. I've shared 5 things with you. So that's why I'm going to do this twice a week. So our next conversation about this topic, because I'm going to wrap this up in about 3 or 4 minutes because we got to get on our group call. My goal is to get on it and kind of go over this again to see who started, see is there any more questions toward this. And since Miss Petrania is recording this, right, we should be able to have this in a recording. But if for some reason it evaporates, because I know you never know, can we find it? I don't know. Make sure y'all have this. Get back on. And then once I satisfy those questions and y'all tell me y'all have been working toward it, then I can move into the next thing. It's so much deeper, y'all. It's so much deeper than you can imagine. I've touched the surface. I'm giving you the starting point, but this is still not enough, but it's a good start. This is how you start. You have to train your mind to do these things. And until you get it, you know what I'm saying? Like now, I wake up and I look at the ceiling for about a minute to just catch my thoughts, not really thinking of much, just kind of, oh, I'm just waking up, right? But then before I do anything, I go sit somewhere, sometimes downstairs, sometimes in the room, sometimes quietly before the phone gets turned on, looking at the wall, doing nothing, spending 10 minutes, letting my mind wander, not thinking about anything in particular, but I do let things pop into it. It's not meditation. It's just me. Sometimes business pop in, this, that, what I'm gonna do today, yeah. Or the kids, or Sunny, or what I'm gonna do Sunday, or the gig, or I just let whatever pop in, right? I let 10, 15 minutes of just nothing. And then I turn on the phone and then I go start brushing teeth and all that other good stuff, right? And then I figure out what I want to do. Some mornings is meditation for 5 minutes. Some mornings is not. Some mornings is alternative music, stuff I don't listen to. I listen to that. Think about it now. Do some Googling. Music you don't listen. See, that's how you touch other parts of your brain that you don't touch. Otherwise, you stick with what's comfortable. Get past that. Do stuff uncomfortable. I'm not an artist as far as drawing. My daughter is, and my other daughter is. I don't draw, but once in a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll sit up there and try to draw because I know it ain't me, but it touched a part of your brain. Think about it. Damn. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, y'all. Things they put in all the messages, are those going to be saved, or you think that or maybe y'all ought to screenshot it or something? I would hate to kind of lose that, y'all. I would hate to lose it. So make sure y'all screenshot those questions. And so what's the last thing I said, y'all? Because I'm gonna close it down in about 2 minutes. Tell me what the last thing I said. But I can barely hear you. What's the last thing I said? Hold on, maybe I'm not. Hold on, maybe it's saying. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, what's
Yeah, good. Go ahead.
What's the last thing I said? Let's see if y'all were paying attention. Anybody? What's the last thing I said before I said hold on? But I can't hear nobody though. Everybody don't say it once. Miss Petronja, can you hear me? For some reason I can't. Hold on, maybe I need to put you on this other thing. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, can y'all? For some reason it's kind of breaking up now.
It is.
Well, how about this? We did good. Let's shut this down because our call's coming in like 4 minutes. We ain't got to be on the call long. Obviously, we've been here. Let's get on the call for a minute or two in case somebody else comes on. And then just give it a minute or two. I'll say a couple of things here because maybe if somebody new on, I'll let them know kind of what we've been talking about. But let's shut it down. You can stop the recording. Let's call it a day on this. Let's get on the call, spend a couple of minutes, and